to me, every single day this play becomes more relevant. First, when COVID-19 happened, obviously there's a plague happening around the world, and there's a plague that happens in Romeo and Juliet. Of course, we don't touch it in our scene, but really, I mean, not the only reason Romeo dies, but one of the main reasons that Romeo dies is because he does not receive a letter. That the reason why he didn't receive the letter is because the priest who was bringing it over was quarantined, was stuck inside his house because of the plague. So it's like, wow, this is all of a sudden this has become like we're current news.
For Juliet, is that something that is it like have to be Latinx, or could it be just a person of color? I guess that's my question.
I think a person of color is fine. Yeah, that's all I got.
Would you, if you prefer Latinx, we can just make it for sure Latinx.
I don't think Juliet. Oh, I don't know. But like from what I've been doing and what I've been like writing, I don't think that she has to be Latinx. I do think that she has to have some understanding of it, or a familiarity with it. I mean, her nurse is Latinx, and so she has to have some idea of what that looks like, or so someone like a person of color, or Asian, or indigenous, or whatever, like I think it's fine.
Okay.
You want to share screen?
Yeah, let's start this process now, okay?
Oh, Romeo. ¿Por qué debes de ser Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name.
Or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Es tu nombre que es mi enemigo. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague.
What's Montague? It is nor mano, nor pie, nor brazo, nor cara, nor any other part belonging to a man. O sea otro tu nombre.
¿Qué es teu nombre? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet, so Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title.
Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name, which is no part of thee, tómame en cambio.
So quarantine has been very interesting for me professionally. I'm an actress and a choreographer and a theater teacher. So all of my work went away pretty early on in the shutdown. So it's been an interesting time to slow down and focus on the things that I do want to keep in my life, or decide what things I don't want to keep in my life. But I have certainly missed performing and doing theater. Theater's all about connection, so I deeply miss that connection, and I think that most people do.
I've noticed a lot of things while being in quarantine. I think it's been a very reflective process for me. For me, I've realized that I heavily rely on like the validation of my peers, my professors, and my friends. And not having them while being in this isolation has been difficult. So it's been me trying to build myself from within, and still trying to believe in myself and believe in my, my dream, which is being an actress. So it's been that, as well as trying to find ways to be creative, to still engage in theater, and because it's a communal thing, and we can't really commune as much anymore.
Quarantine has affected me a lot, both personally and professionally. I've had 2 shows canceled or postponed for next year, and it just feels like I don't know what's coming up next, so there's a lot of anxiety and uncertainty. So what I've been doing to try to take care of myself is keep reading plays, keep doing self-tapes, keep watching musicals and singing and dancing and doing everything that makes me happy, and making sure that I'm healthy.
So I think when we get back from the pandemic, things are not going to be the same. I think things will gradually normalize, but I think until then, it's going to be a lot of social distancing. I don't think theaters are going to be open the same way. I think that it's going to be like kind of a steady normalization until we actually have a vaccine. And so for that reason, I think it's very crucial that we explore, this medium. I think it's very important that we explore projects virtually.
Do we want to overall narrow it down here, or do we want to
I
wait?
mean, I thought it was Christina.
You
Austin.
thought?
Christina Austin. That was what I was.
Just really.
Yeah.
I was caught between Elisa and Micah.
Between
Those
who?
were my top two.
Yeah, Elisa
Elisa Cuellar and Micah Obregón.
Elisa was my number 2.
Can you put their headshots up, Benito, so I can put a name to?
So this is Elisa.
Okay.
So yeah, she's the one that
Eye contact.
eye contact. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. I really liked her too.
We had what were some other names we threw out there? Christina Austin Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
That's her. She was the one in the yellow dress or yellow top. And then the other name I heard was Micah Obregón. And their resumes are there. You can also look at their resumes and stuff. She's done a little bit of film, which makes sense with her audition, like a film audition.
Christina, just in terms of professionalism, and like she was the one person that I couldn't tell if she was looking at a script, and she did a really great job of hiding it. But yeah, in terms of just professionalism and the video quality and bringing her A game to the audition room, tells me that she'd probably be easy to work with. I could be wrong, but Elisa definitely has a youthful quality that we discussed. But she definitely will be someone that we in the rehearsal room we have to work a lot more on the scansion and the text.
I agree. I'm also leaning towards Christina as my number 1 choice. Alyssa's my number 2. Micah's a close 3.
It might just depend on the guy because of the ages.
Yeah.
No seas su sirvienta, pues ella está celosa. Su librea vestal está enfermiza y amarilla, y solo los tontos los llevan puesto. Recházala. It is my lady. Oh, it is mi amor. All that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that?
Sus ojos discursan. Responderé. Soy demasiado atrevido. No me habla a mí. 2 de las estrellas más brillantes en todo el cielo se fueron y suplicaron a sus ojos destellar en sus esferas hasta que a ellas regresen.
See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I might be a glove upon that hand, so that I might touch that cheek.
I think that the pandemic and the quarantine has affected every single person in the world. For me personally and professionally, the biggest way it's affected me is unemployment. I've lost my jobs. And I think that's the case for most performers that were using performance as their main source of income, which I was since I've graduated. Whether I was teaching or performing or in rehearsals or filming or whatever, I haven't been able to do any of that, and that all kind of halted for all of us.
Well, since quarantine started, I've been trying to work out a good old workout schedule every morning, or like about 5 days out of the week. I wake up, I go out for a run around my neighborhood, come back, got a little gym set up in my garage, do some weightlifting and stuff like that. Trying to eat a little bit better too while I'm here.
Honestly, I would probably say the biggest thing is just reverting back to or reconnecting with my childhood self. Thinking back to summers and different things where you had to spend lots of hours at home because you couldn't drive, because you couldn't go anywhere, your parents were working, and we weren't in daycare or anything like that. So just finding ways to pass the time in curious ways, music, nature, what have you, games, and that's really been helping me, and it's been a beautiful thing to not lose that part of me, and it's become helpful, in fact, dare I say essential, during this time.
Of the ones that we saw, my favorite was the first one, Jordy, or if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah.
I just don't know if we have the Juliet for the weeks.
Yeah.
I really want to see Matthew again. I mean, I think that if he works on it a little bit, he could be. He's got the right look. But I like Jordy too. Jordy, he does look like a Romeo too.
I agree. I think Jordy was my favorite, and then Juan.
Yeah, I like Juan and Jordy.
Part of me wants to be like, contact him and be like, hey, work on this over the weekend. Give it back to us on Saturday.
Yeah.
We can totally do that for like any of these people if we want to make adjustments. We can totally do that for anyone.
Okay, cool. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Just hanging out, getting some stuff done.
The reason I'm calling is because I wanted to let you know that you are, we wanted to offer you the role of Juliet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so some of we had a lot of great Juliets. And so just the fact that how much sort of Shakespeare you've done and the amount of time that we have it down, we just thought you were the best choice for this project. And
Thanks.
we're
I
excited.
really appreciate the opportunity.
How are you? Are you home in Pearland with your parents?
Yes, ma'am. I'm in Pearland. We're all here, one house together. Great.
You have a big family?
Oh, I mean, not big. There's 4 of us: my mom, my dad, me, my sister.
It feels like smaller.
Yeah.
When you're there all the time. Well, good. I'm glad you guys are all home and safe and staying healthy. We wanted to call because we wanted to offer you the role of Romeo.
Yes. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Well, you did well with taking those adjustments via email. That's a whole different thing than actually being able to talk to the director and have them give you adjustments live, where you can ask questions and things like that. Cool.
My name is Elissa Cuellar, and I will be performing the role of Juliet.
My name is Matthew Martinez, and I will be playing Romeo.
My favorite quarantine snack is definitely dried mangoes.
Lately, I've been obsessed with Boom Chicka Pop sweet and salty kettle corn.
I cannot stop making soft-baked pretzels. Like, they're so good, and they're fun to make, too. I'm not sure why. I think it's because the first time I made them, I messed them up, and I was like, I'm not going to leave it like this. So I just kept making them.
Tostadas with mayonnaise, and then like you put like turkey on it, and then you put mustard on it.